Investment giant KKR is putting a portion of a private equity fund on the Avalanche blockchain. Individuals will be able to invest in KKR's healthcare fund through a tokenized feeder fund on Avalanche, provided by Securitize. As it happens, joining us now with the details of all of this is Carlos Domingo. He's the founder and CEO of Securitize. Welcome back, Carlos.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Great to seeing you. So let's step back here and try to understand what this is. This is, if I understand correctly, how does it work? You buy tokens and you end up in a KKR sponsored healthcare fund. What exactly is going on?
So this is basically what we're going to be providing to investors are digital asset securities or security tokens that represent an economic interest on a feeder fund of the main KKR healthcare fund. So basically, it's a way for individual investors to get access through tokenization to a high quality private equity fund from a very reputable firm like KKR that otherwise is not available. It's only available for institutional investors, right?
So how does that individual buy? So they're buying the tokens where? Where are they actually purchasing them to buy into this fund?
Yeah, so as you probably know, so Securitize has a broker dealer called Securitize Markets. So the fund, the feeder fund, is managed by Securitize Capital, which is a registered investor advisor that we own, and then is sold through Securitize Markets. So if you go to securitize.io, obviously you have to create an account with us and do KYC and AML and accreditation. And then once that is done, then you can then invest in the KKR feeder fund, and then register your wallet and receive your tokens that represent the economic interest in the fund.
It's a closed-end fund, open-end fund. How is it run? And what happens when somebody are you minting infinite amounts of tokens if need be, assuming that people are buying into this fund constantly, or is it a fixed amount of units?
It's a closed-end fund. So it's the second fund, the second healthcare fund that KKR has done. The first one was done in 2017 and is closed already. This is the new one. And then we don't have an infinite amount of tokens. We have an allocation into the fund that we'll be placing through our broker dealer Securitize Markets.
And this isn't the only way that people can invest in the fund, obviously. Or you just bought a portion of the shares of the fund. Is that my understanding, or is it the entire fund is invested through the Avalanche blockchain?
No, so this is a portion of the fund. This is not the only way you can invest, but it's the only way that individual investors can invest. Like the original fund, first is closed already, so there's no way for anybody to invest anymore. And second, it's available only for institutional investors with very high thresholds to invest in the millions of dollars, etc. While this one, the minimum investment ticket is $100,000. So the idea is to, leverage tokenization and public blockchains to democratize access to this asset class, which, as you know, private equity has been outperforming public markets, for a long time, especially these days, and it's just simply not available for individual investors, right? So we believe that tokenization and public blockchains are a way to democratize the access to this asset class.
So I just want to follow up on that question for a moment, because that totally makes sense, right? Private equity is seen as a very gated financial instrument, and so it makes sense as it's ripe for democratization. But can you explain specifically like the blockchain tokenization use case here? Like, why do you need blockchain for this? Why do you need tokenization for this? How does that work to democratize access?
Well, you have to think that traditionally these funds are all managed by, with paper, right? They're not even digitized in any way, right? So blockchain provides a modern, if you want, digitization platform where we can, use the tokens to represent, the beneficial ownership into the fund. We can use smart contracts to control the compliance, and then in this case, after a year of lockup, we are going to be using, tokens and smart contracts as a way to provide, liquidity for the positions of the fund. Which traditionally, again, because providing secondary market liquidity for these funds, it's paper-based. It usually, only works when you have large positions, and it takes maybe weeks to settle the trades and etc. In this case, using tokens and smart contracts, we'll be able to trade small positions of the fund in a very efficient way, with instant settlement, without counterparty risk, etc.
So you brought up a bit of the KYC aspects of it, and how are you doing the KYC at Securitize yourselves? How does it work? Somebody opens an account at Securitize, they have to show all their paperwork, and can they then turn around and sell those tokens elsewhere privately? Who has access to those tokens?
So yes, we do the KYC ourselves. We have both a registered transfer agent as well as a broker dealer. So we're a regulated entity that has all the legal requirements to provide KYC. Our KYC is all digital. It's very streamlined and hopefully easy for people to pass through. I guess these days in crypto, probably everybody is used to KYC anyway, since the crypto exchanges, require KYC for trading, other crypto assets. So once you've passed the KYC, you basically create what's called a Securitize ID account. And the beauty of this is that this account then is portable. So once you've done it with us, as far as your KYC is still valid, you can actually use it for investing in other opportunities through Securitize, as well as through, third parties that use our tokenization platform for creating security tokens for their own projects, right? And we have hundreds of thousands of these accounts already created, so we're not starting from scratch, but hopefully, quality projects like this one will increase the number of people that create Securitize ID accounts and attach wallets to these KYC accounts, etc.